Okay, round two. If you know, then you know. The godliest spot that I've ever seen, 5 minutes from my house. Look at that. It doesn't get more symmetrical and more like autumn vibes than this, but it is someone's driveway, so we'll hopefully be clear. The last few times I've come here, it's been absolutely fine and no one's disturbed me. No one's needed to come up, so we'll see if we run into any problems. I'm just going to get the basic shots to start with, which is going to be this banging center shot. That looks ridiculous. Look at that. You probably won't be able to see it through the viewfinder, but we'll do a mid shot. Because the thing is with bikes, they're quite small objects, so you want to get down on their level. I do it with cars as well. You want to get in line with them. So I've got the grid lines on my camera. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't really, but I've got grid lines on my camera. So I've got it in the center box, and then I'll go even lower. So then it's in like the top center, but also the middle. And then I'll also do a high one above the bike up here, just to get the background in, and I can move the flexi spot and almost have the top 2/3 of the boxes in this shot. It's good to have the grid lines on because it just helps you with framing, because you can like see it more visually and make sure you've got it all aligned, got it nice and center, because I can like match these lines up dead on that strip of gravel. We'll do a portrait one as well. It's always good to get landscape and portrait. Same thing, middle, low and high. We're on 1/60th f4 ISO 100, -2 exposure. Everyone always moans at me like, oh, you should never go as low as -2. Mate, shut up. I'll do what I want. And it doesn't matter, it's a Sony, it can pull back those details, and I would rather expose heavily, underexpose for the highlights, so I can really boost the rest of the photo back up and still retain that nice crisp detail in the sky. So for me, it's a go-to, do you know what I mean? This really pops as well. This is another thing with locations. If you take a bike like this that's got really nice rich colours to a nice dull flat location like this, it's going to pop a lot more. So that blue, red and white on this sort of black gravel floor is going to come out really, really nicely. We should be able to get some really cool shots here. I might try do some of me on the bike. We'll have to see about that though, because it's one of those where it's a bit trickier to do on your own, but we'll see if we can get some stuff done. God, look at that. I might be a bit too close, to be honest, to the bike. I'm ruining my motorbike boots. But this is a cool thing I've got, at least, because obviously I don't have an MX-5 anymore, which was like semi-cool to shoot. I've only got a bike now, which is just as cool as like having a nice car to shoot. But it'd be cool if I had like my own cool car, because then I could just do nice shoots. Because I could bring the Honda out, obviously, like the diesel Honda, but let's be honest, who really wants to watch a POV of a Honda? Do you know what I mean? It's one of those. Speaking of Honda, let's get the let's try to get the label. Let's get a detailed shot of the label under the swing arm. And there's actually a really cool shot I saw before when I was on the bike. You can't see it from here. I can sort of get it though. You can shoot through to the brake lines, to the brake calipers, through the actual fairings of the bike, but normally there's a thingy there, an actual bit Honda logo 600F. Let's just do that, just pretend that didn't happen, because if you look back here this is being changed over Christmas, because obviously not really supposed to have that, but for photos and for like shows is perfect, obviously, to have, but I need to get it fixed. But also you kind of have to have it because you need to get in the back. You need the keys here to lift the seat up. So I just need to find a bracket that is like, that will stick down, so then I won't run into any issues, because obviously your boy doesn't want to catch a case. I need to stand further back. You don't want to ever like get a frame where there's like half the tyre hanging out. It's like I could shoot here, right? But then look at that tyre, it's so close to the edge. You want a little bit of breathing space for the edges of the frame. So now if I stand here, way more breathing space. Does that make sense? Can't really get back shots of the bike either, but you can get these sort of like angled side shots, just like this. Because if we go straight back, it's not that interesting. Do you know what I mean? There's not a lot there. Let's just try to get that Honda symbol on the tyre there. Let's move a bit closer, move the flexi spot. That's a good thing about the flexi spot. I can cover up half of my frame with the bike because it doesn't matter, because I can move the focus point to the middle. Let's go up on this hill. We'll get a couple of hill shots like I did with the car yesterday. This is my new top secret location. Obviously it's not top secret. If someone wants to know where it is, I'll tell them. I'm not that guy that's going to gatekeep locations. But you've got these trees that hang down which can cover the frame to then go into the actual bike at the bottom. It just looks so cool. Such a sick location. It's perfect, man. And I love this sort of weather for shooting as well. It's miserable to go out and shoot in, but when you do get out, the colours with the rain and everything just pop so much more. That's why I always find it not annoying, because like people can do what they want, but no one really wants to go shoot their cars in this sort of weather because they don't want to get the cars dirty, or they're like, oh, it's raining, man, photos are going to look shit. I'm like, no, photos look better in these conditions. This is where it should be, mate. Right, what I want to try to do is get the trees in a line on the left hand side and then get the bike on the right. Yeah, that's cool. Right, I'm happy with those. I was going to go wide lens, but I don't think I need to. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up the tripod and we're going to try to do a self timer of me actually taking a picture of myself, but I can't have the camera on at the same time, so I'm going to have to put you guys on the side for a bad angle for a second, all right? Well, it was bound to happen. Someone just pulled up and well, she weren't very happy. Understandable, it's her driveway. She was like, you do know it's a private drive? I'm like, yeah, I'll leave now. And she just looked at me and was like, go on then. I was like, all right. Don't have to be rude about it, but whatever. It is what it is. We got the pictures, but yeah, let's head out of here before she kicks off.